You know, they built this fence to keep you out. What are you doing inside?
All my bones are dislocated, I just keep on wandering along. Got this funny floor, and since then I have been everything you want. Everything you done for me and everyone we try to master. Close the gate and buckle up, more gasoline is everything we want.
Great Augusta, Montana. Cool little place.
Wherever you can find a spot. Perfect. There you go.
Stick it right on. Dirty.
There you go. Thank you guys. Have a good trip.
If you're swinging through here, definitely a cool little place to check it out. Good people, good food. Just feels good. That's what we're always after, right? That feel good place. We are just right outside of Glacier National Park. Us being really last moment kind of people. Once again, it might have bit us in the butt a little bit. We have a season pass to get into all the parks, National Forest, and all the government goodies. But it also takes a ticket to go on the Road to the Sun.
From what I read, it's just for the 2021 season. They started doing this. It's a $2 ticket to get in, which is going to help them reduce the overflow and to be able to maintain how many people are in the park, of course, for COVID. But after 5 o'clock, you don't need a ticket. So
Well-
we're going to be getting there around 3 p.m. So you may need to wait 2 hours to be able to get in, or we tell them that we're camping at Fish Creek Campground inside of the national park.
Oh,
Yeah, if you're camping within the corridors of the national park, then you don't have to pay the ticket price to get in, which is $2 on top of, in addition to your pass to get into the actual national forest.
yeah, instead of just restricting the people, they're actually selling tickets. So, yeah, anyway, all right, we're not going to get into all that. So, as you can see here, a total different perspective that we're getting today. It's a lot more dramatic today. We've seen it from like 48, it got up to 64. Now we're dropping back down into the mid 50s. And like Steph said, we will either be explaining to them that we're camping somewhere in there, or we wait till after 5 where COVID doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's 2 different ways to enter the park via going to the Sun Road, which is either the west entrance or the St. Mary's entrance. And we're entering St. Mary's. We're going to be riding through and exiting out the west side of the Glacier National Park. Very pretty.
Holy shit. I mean, that's
My-
pretty dramatic. Very impressive. And we're just topping over this ridge here, dropping off into the valley a little bit, I suppose. Once again, Steph and I have never been here. We do not know what to expect. We're not used to this terrain or the view of any of this wilderness. It's totally different. Yeah, it's got, I gotta say, it has a grand feel to it. We talk about the Tetons and, you know, Yellowstone that we went through a few days ago. Okay, so this, guys, is, to me, a little bit more shock and awe. It's more dramatic. Well, honestly, Steph and I have seen so much in the last week. All my adjectives that I've ever known, I think I might have used by now. So I'm just gonna say it like this. It's pretty fucking cool. Okay guys, so I guess this is where we make our way down to see reserve.
I bet all these people are waiting to go in at 5. But I'm sure up here they'll tell us whether we can go on in or if we need to wait.
So in other words, Steph and I are fixing to do a little gambling right here. It's 2:45, like Steph said, 5 o'clock is where you can get in free. It's not that it's a big deal if it's free or not, it's like $2. The thing of it is, we're just trying to make some time. Okay, I guess I'll just go ahead. It says stop. Hey man, how are ya?
So good. Looking for that
So now this is the way it usually should be. You would show them your pass here at the gate. Like that.
Thank you.
She gives us
All right, we are good to go.
okay.
This is good and recording, so it is ready to go.
So there you're looking at the Sena action camera, the Evo, and then from here you're seeing a GoPro, and in between you're seeing a rickrack mount that we're fixing to mount here on the bars to put a 360. So let's go put you down here. Another rickrack mount, the fender mount. Okay. So see. Dance monkey dance. Okay.
The max showed like what was left on that memory card was like 35 minutes. So if you want to just turn it on maybe here after a while.
So what I'm doing here, guys, is it's kind of tricky because once you set this bike up straight, this will be crooked. You know, if you set this straight with your... So I'm trying to estimate it right now. So, all right, so GoPro on the fender. The GoPro Max 360 up on the handlebars. You have a Sena 10C action camera on Stephanie's helmet, as well as my helmet. And then she's got her phone, and I've got my phone.
Okay.
And I don't have anything pulled up on my map.
Oh, well, let's do that right.
Now we know basically where we're gonna go is on this road, but what I do, guys, is I use that GPS because it allows me to foresee the corners in front of me. And whenever we're navigating, that's handy, of course, but for us, Steph and I are vlogging back and forth. We're using cameras or whatever we may be doing. I'm able to look at these corners and be like, okay, we got a straight stretch, lean over and blah, 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 or whatever. It just kind of gives us a heads up before the corner actually gets here. Now, am I excited for this? Yeah. I guess. I don't know. I get excited about a lot of things because a lot of people tell me, like, this is going to be cool, this is going to be cool, and I pump myself up and I'm like, oh, is that all it was? So, let's see at the end of this ride if I say, oh, is that all it was? Now, we don't have a lot of details about this, like I said, because we just decided we were going to do this a couple days ago. We knew we were going to come to Glacier. It's like the other day, we didn't know we were going to go to the Grand Teton. But in about 5 seconds, you've seen on the video that we made a left turn and off we went. Last week, let's say the last 4 days, has been very, very smoky. We just had a front move through and some rain, pretty heavy rain, passed through yesterday evening and last night. We do have another front moving in, as you can see right now. So Steph and I are kind of threading a big thick needle. It's not like really watching the time critically, but we are trying to hit a window of, 8 hours. So we got an 8-hour window before it starts raining again. But I think what it's done is it's cleared up some of the air because, to be honest, it really has messed with me. If you can tell, my voice is a little muffly right now. The smoke has really caused my nose to burn, the back of my throat, and my eyes to water from, all the smoke been in air. But today seems to be much better, wouldn't you say, Steph?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, wow. It's already becoming a lot of different scenery. Over here you see a lot of different rock minerals. I don't know, mineral lines in the rocks over here. Over here, a massive lake.
This is St. Mary's Lake, and it's 9.9 miles long, and I think it said back there 289 feet deep.
Really?
Yeah.
Super, super pretty.
So going to the Sun Road was one of the first National Park Service roadways, specifically intended to accommodate the automobile tourist. It's 51 miles, and it passes alongside the glacial lakes, alpine forests, and huge sheer cliffs of the Glacier National Park in Montana. Has had a significant impact on road design policy throughout the national park system. Excellent example of the National Park Service's sensitive response to the scenic features. So that is kind of cool that all along this, the guardrails, the retaining walls, stuff like that, were all used out of materials from the land, natural resources, if you'd say. So they wouldn't allow large explosives here because of the damage that it would cause. So trying to leave the smallest footprint is huge, and you can see it right here in the Glacier National Park, how they've used the land to, of course, allow the automobile tourists to come through and experience it and take it all in. And it's crazy to think that this was built, this roadway, passway through here was built in 1933.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Sure is pretty already. So what we got here, guys, is on my GPS, where Steph's put us into the end of the road here. It's somewhere around 80 miles. Steph's gonna get my beard out of the way, I forget. So we got about 80 miles here of this road, and it says on the time it'd take you, over 2 hours. So the speed limit down through here looks like it'll be about 45 miles an hour. Tarmac's really well. There's no shoulder here at all. They do have some pull-offs, as I've seen already. They have signs already where you can eat and camp, so it's well posted. Right here we're dropping back down to 35 miles an hour, so that kind of give you guys an idea of the speed that you'll be traveling with if you come up here and ride Glacier. what I can tell you already, for most of us, getting to Glacier will be, well, it'll be an experience unto it's all itself there, not to mention getting into Glacier and riding it. Steph and I on the way up, you know, we've already done the Grand Teton, and then we went on through Yellowstone, which basically is back to back. I do recommend that, guys, because I mean you're there, and it's a different beauty. The road changes quite a bit throughout that ride. As I can tell you right now, this one is already starting to make me think that it might be on the top of the Ornery One scale. Wow, look at that. Ain't she pretty? Ladies and gentlemen, that is a view. Wow. Ain't that pretty? Now I'm going to take my time through here, guys. Now the first person that really talked to us about this road was old Scott Willett. We hung with him up there at Sturgis, and he's been part of the Ornery One from the beginning. And he would not shut up about this road the other day. So Steph looked at him and said, okay, Scott, we hear you. And he still wouldn't stop talking about this damn road. So Scott, here we are riding this road because you wouldn't shut up about it. Wow. And I can see why. Holy shit. It's massive. I don't even know how to turn this thing on.
I think I already had it turned on. You just had to hit the record button.
Well, stay over here. Is that snow up there, hun?
Possibly.
Looks like it. Wow. I hope you guys are being able to see how spectacular this is through the lens, but I really don't think you're going to be able to. It's like Steph said, it's like being in a setting of Jurassic Park. Everything's so massive.
Yeah, it really makes you feel extremely small being within such tall mountains and even the trees. I know, like the Yellowstone we were going through, the pine trees, they were just like normal pine trees, but then you look off into the cliff and you see how deep they are. And those pine trees are as tall, I mean, they're taller than what you're riding, and it's down in a valley, so those trees are massive. But you don't realize that until you're like, I mean, you start looking and you're like, damn, that's, you know.
Yeah, it's so, like we're saying, so swathed of an area, it makes everything look little it just dwarfs everything. And in all reality, like Steph was saying, for example, the tree that you may be looking at and the reference, it just throws it off because the sky is so big. Hell, that tree may be 300 feet tall, but the damn thing looks like it's 30 something centimeters. Fuck that. My mind just went blank when I turned that corner. Wow. So I'm gonna just bring my camera up. So what I'm gonna do right now, I've got this facing us, and I'm gonna set this and try to capture some backward shots of Steph and I on the bike with some mountains in the view for story, because you can download it so quick, put it on the story off the phone. And I've got a little bit of cars behind me. So what I'm going to do here in a minute, I'm going to find a safe place to pull over, which this is not. And I'm going to pull over. Holy shit. Doesn't feel real. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's 15 after 3, and this is like a Thursday, and it's 63 degrees here in Montana at Glacier National Forest, and it's an amazing day. Absolutely gorgeous. Just doesn't get any better, y'all. Steph and I have never been this far northwest in our lives. Nervous, anxious, and not really knowing what the hell to expect just makes this trip exactly what it is, the great escape. Steph, are you having a good time, hon?
I am.
I mean, look at this. Getting to share this all together on a motorcycle. What an amazing life. Guys, y'all sitting at home right now on your couch or your favorite recliner, kick back, drinking your beverage, eating your Cheetos, or whatever you may be eating or drinking. When y'all get the chance, y'all get the hell out. Go explore a little bit. Right now, hell, who knows why you're sitting at home. Maybe 12 o'clock at night. You're just chilling out. You just found the Ornery One. Well, you found us right here. There ain't no other place I'd rather be. Would you look at that? It looks like a damn painting. Unbelievable. Do you think we ought
The
to...
one on the left, on our right.
It just, that don't seem real. Look, that's a prime example, Steph talking about trees. Now listen, guys, those damn trees aren't little. They're like these trees right here. Now take that tree that we're looking at right here on the hill and then take it up there and look how small that looks.
I'm going to do vertical for the story.
Amazing. Should we roll on and try to get that one great picture? You think we can get one
Yes,
better than
there's
this?
going to be better. Yeah.
All right. See, this is it. This is another little challenge that Steph and I are always doing, and it's a gamble. We've, here comes a truck. I'm going to let him roll on. We do this all the time. We're like, is this the best, or is this the best, or... Wow. Yeah, hun, I hadn't even looked over here to my right. Pretty massive. Holy shit. Okay. I'm officially impressed. I mean, come on. Come on. I feel like we should have got a picture right there. I don't know where to stop. It's all unbelievable. Look at the snow. Look at the waterfalls. Snow, waterfalls, huge ass canyon. Big, just pointy peaks. Holy shit. I see why they call it God's country. Okay, Stephanie, give me some adjectives.
Marvelous.
Oh, it's a good one. Oh, here comes a cave.
Marvelous. Glorious. Amazing.
Majestic.
Stunning. Majestic. Magnificent. Unbelievably. Amazing. I already said amazing. Unbelievable.
Little girl's just getting her drink. Oh, she wasn't a little girl. She was an older lady, but... I mean, come on. Come on. Okay, guys, here I go. I know you're going to right now tell me you ought to go ride this road, but